Hello! Welcome to Chapter 8 of our Stranger Things Season 2 commentary. This one is entitled The Mind Flayer.
Ooh, it's a mind flayer.
We're all my Critical Role fans out there.
And just D&D in general.
Yeah. But yeah, no, so right off the bat,
Remember this?
Yeah.
Before our little,
Meanwhile,
I know.
back in Hawkins.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that should be what the name of the episode is called. Oh, shit.
I know.
Yeah.
Or that.
Or, Jesus Christ, fuck me, all the above.
I like how he just does that. I'm like, really, dude?
But that kind of shows him like a curiosity. And there he goes that.
Then again, I forgot. He didn't actually see the Demogorgon before, did he? He just saw like their kind of track of it. He didn't actually see it.
Yeah.
So I guess he wouldn't know.
Yeah, no, he's never actually seen it. That's
Yeah.
right. He never actually saw the Demogorgon in the first one.
So I guess for all he knows, that could be what a Demogorgon is.
Oh, it is a Demogorgon.
It's
not its final form.
Except now there's a million.
It's funny though because the mind flare term, which they'll explain even in here, you really realize just how now it's very obvious that they're pulling from Lovecraft because the mind flares in D&D are basically influenced by Cthulhu, who was actually in the original run of D&D, but due to copyright issues, they actually had to take him out, and a few other things they had to remove. But yeah, Cthulhu, I believe they thought he was public domain, the Lovecraft kind of mythology. Turns out somebody owned the rights to it and was, I guess, demanding money. And because this was back before D&D was what it is today, basically before they could afford it. So it was just cheaper for them in the long run just to get rid of him. And they kind of replaced him, like from what I understand, kind of with the mind flares.
God, fucking terrifying.
I know. But yeah,
and again, what's worse is... Oh. Never get in an elevator, kids. It doesn't end up well.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And
heartbreaking.
But again, it's funny because you can tell that's not him saying that. It's whatever's in there, and it had to search his memories.
Yeah.
Because that's why I always kind of felt that pause was, because it wasn't readily available to it, it didn't know it. It basically had to quickly, skim through the pages of his mind. Mom, yeah, that's what you are, your mom.
He's like, what the fuck?
Jesus.
He's like, I don't get paid enough for this shit.
I don't think anyone gets paid enough for this shit.
Not going that way.
And again, this feels like going a little bit back to a creature feature, but again a different kind, because a lot of classic creature feature films,
Poor Bob.
The premise is you are trapped somewhere.
Yeah.
There's something or some things loose somewhere with you, and you can't just get away. You're usually locked into a place,
Stranger
like an Aliens
Things game when.
Yeah. And all the time the power goes out. But yeah, so basically, okay.
No, they'd have backup generators.
Yeah, but sometimes they have to. I just love that.
I know. I mean, it definitely works for this, but usually you don't have to go and activate the generators. Usually it's an automatic thing, and you have to activate to keep it going.
Well, unless something happened to it, it got damaged. When you have all these things running around, who knows what they've gotten into. But again, I like that how they're cut off. That's classic, creature. I mean, usually most creature features, you're in an area or a specific place that you can't get out of, and you're trapped there. So an alien, they were on the Nostromo, the spaceship, and aliens are on the colony. They're trapped there. The Thing, they're on that camp base, that station in Antarctica. You're somewhere where you can't just get away. So I like here, they're trapped inside the lab. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The lab is basically turned into a house of horrors, which essentially it already is, but now it's just like
even more so.
Yeah, more literal.
Now there's monsters everywhere. Get ready for some random battles.
Yeah, I know, right? sure you guys equip a lot of potions.
I know, right?
But again, it's even too like a alien, one creature, Demogorgon, and now you have like a bunch of them running around. And now we're gonna get a.
Oh, yep.
A little
Sears, what's that?
Uh-oh.
Jesus Christ. Oh, I say ultimate douche move coming up, but everything he does is ultimate douche. Got a cologne.
Look at him.
Cologne.
Oh my god,
Gotta
yeah.
cologne my balls. My junk.
Hey, you.
God.
This must have been so fun to shoot. Good song, though. And right away you can be like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Metallica, Kill 'Em All. Great record.
Sure.
God, that hair. So right away we got like the hard nosed, overbearing dad, and surprise, surprise. Bam. See, I never understood this kind of thing with people. Like, you're about his size. You could probably take him.
Well, I'm on her part. I'm like, you're okay with him just being this way? Because he's not that way with you, right?
Oh, not that we know of.
Well,
I mean,
I guess. But...
Again, it's like... Again, he strikes me as a very kind of possessive, women are kind of, you know what I mean, like...
Yeah. It definitely explains why he's such a douche, but
yeah,
it doesn't excuse it.
It's one of those things, I think the reason why he's putting the pressure on him to kind of look after his sister, because, again, he probably feels that women are, again, the fairer sex, and therefore need to be...
Well, then, obviously, she's his responsibility, so...
Exactly.
This was going to happen if this, she did go missing, and...
Exactly. And which is also probably why he's so... Think about it. Remember how he was like, stay away from Lucas, stay away from that kid? It's because he's a boy. Mm-hmm. Don't go hang out with boys, because then my dad's going to get pissed off that you're hanging out with boys, and because you're going to become a whore, and then he's going to take it out on me. So that's probably why he was so adamant, like, to stay away from him, because he knew it was the blowback was going to be on him. No. I love how now this is their reality. It's become so kind of normal. Like, he can just be like, yeah, I didn't know he was a Demogorgon. And they can just talk about that kind of stuff like it's,
Poor babysitter Steve. It's like, all right, kiddos. We need to get going.
I know.
I'm like, you guys just saw a bunch of those things running around and you're yelling in the middle of the forest. Like, I know you said they were going somewhere, but what if they just, you caught their attention?
Man, look at Steve go. He is just ready. I love the shot that's coming up. Your hero party shot right here. You know what that sound reminds me of? It reminds me kind of the werewolf howl from American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
There's that kind of sound to it.
All the bodies.
I know, but I just love the fate of this world. It's these kids and this. Oh, it's so 80s. I love it. Okay, so yeah, that's why it's. Because think about it. Think of it's a facility that has classified information. They don't want anyone.
Yeah.
It's probably more or less to keep anyone from getting in.
Anyone or anything from getting in or out.
Well, yeah, but I mean, initially this place wasn't, meant to, be the place where the gate is there. But yeah, they were doing top secret information.
It's like, God damn it. Nice guys finished last.
Yeah. I like that. I don't know what that means.
Oh, good old Bob.
That
Joyce is like, I knew you'd come in handy one day. That's terrible. Yikes.
Man, Bob is a boss though. You gotta love him.
Just taking this dead man stuff. No big deal.
You gotta loot the body, right?
Not alright.
It's just like, he also has this kind of bewildered look in his eye.
He's so adorable. Yeah. You the man.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of. I know I keep referencing this movie, surprise, surprise, but kind of reminds me a little bit of Bishop right here from Aliens, where he had to go off and like bring down the other drop ship by remote. It's kind of like this, where like Bob's got to go off and do something on his own to help get them out of there.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I know they evacuated, but realistically, I'm pretty sure they'd have somebody at the gate here still.
Oh. Yeah, even if they're supposed to, if you saw what was going on in there, if I was gate guy, I'd be like,
True.
see ya.
But how would they know?
I don't know, but I'd be cash. If I knew what was going on in there, I'm cashing my 401k early. Bye.
Actually, I didn't think about it, but unless they got killed first because they're outside.
Oh, yeah, because they're all,
Maybe.
yeah.
So this is where you guys like to bang.
Steve?
That's why. I love how you got those glowing lights.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
It's like, oh shit, not again.
No, I love all the set pieces for this season. I know obviously bigger budgets, they can do a lot more. But I'm just like, I love how we kind of get to see more of the lab itself.
Yeah. Yikes. Shoot the steam.
Shoot the steam. Poor Bob. Bob's like, I don't know about this shit, man. Need to get the Predator in there, start hunting the demodogs.
Damn. Poor Bob. Taking it like a champ, though.
But it's kind of funny, too. They're not really eating all the people. It's almost like they're going through killing everyone, so then they can just kind of feed on them at their leisure.
Mm-hmm.
All in all, he's taking it pretty well, actually.
I know. He hasn't even peaked yet.
And again, you get enough adrenaline going in you.
Yeah.
Lord.
Let there be light.
It's funny, when I saw him doing all this, I thought they were going to pull a Jurassic Park. When, like, Ellie's turning back on the power.
Yeah.
Mr. Hammond, I think we're back in business. And then have a Demogorgon just pop out.
You're not hitting the button right. Leave this to a professional.
I like Dustin's just like, get out of my way! Oh, Paul Reiser branching out from his character of Burke from Aliens, being proactive and not like running away.
I know, right?
Again, I think that's part of the reason why they kind of made his character the way they was, because they know that a lot of fans would probably are going to kind of wonder, is he going to play that character again? Is he going to be Burke all over again?
Yeah.
Kind of going, and I think that's why they kind of kept it a bit ambiguous for the longest time.
Get in the car.
I love that synth. Uh-oh. Get it, Bob. You use that Radio Shack execution. So apparently they're more like Democats, I guess.
I know,
Because
right?
they're going from the water.
No.
Oh, left the gun.
Amateur.
I know, right?
To be fair, it's good to two shoes Bob, so.
To be fair, the friggin' monsters running around. I don't care if you've never held
I
a gun
know.
in your life.
I know.
I'd be going around looting the guards' bodies.
I would have, like, taped it to my hand.
I know, right?
Like, try to take a bathroom break, and you're just like, well.
By the time I get back to the other group, I'd be so over-encumbered with, like, weapons and knives and grenades that I got from all the guards' bodies. Like, just gonna play it safe, folks. Oh, poor Joyce.
I don't know.
Kind of nice that the doc here kind of stayed behind.
Yeah.
Again, if you guys have seen him in Aliens, you would realize this is a big departure from that character. And I like the fact they didn't just turn him into that character. I mean, if they had, it's like, whatever, it's fine. But I felt like, I like how...
Well, and it's nice that the government guy this time wasn't just a bad guy out from, looking out for himself. He was actually trying to do what's right with Will. He's actually trying to help these guys.
Well, and again, it goes to say, like, when he says, I'm the guy they brought in to clean up this mess, to fix it. And I think, again, that's why, because he's a man of, conscience, and they realize that, well, if we keep putting all these psychopaths in charge of all these big projects, we're going to keep running into problems. We need somebody here who can kind of, be a bit more objective and not be just a complete asshole. And I think that's why, you ultimately find out why his character was brought in. It was because he's not Matthew Modine. He is the opposite of that. He's a guy, yes, he's good at his job. He takes it seriously. But he's not like this, he's not a psychopath. He is, a genuine person. And you're seeing that now. You're seeing that him putting the lives of others before anything else. Even when his own staff was not. When they were just like, nope, well, blah, 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 let him die, da-da-da-da-da. Mm-hmm. Nope, he was like, nope, that's not an option.
He's like, oh, was that on? Whoops. I had to pee, but I don't anymore.
I kept expecting like something to pop up right behind him.
I know.
Not Bob, but the doctor there. Like any second, it was just like chomping his kill. Like, and poor Bob would hear that on the radio and be like on his own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's like, motherfucker.
Ooh.
going.
Can you see it there? Is it right there, or it hasn't turned the corner yet?
I wasn't sure.
Ooh, ow. I love when they always do that slide where they always hit the wall.
Don't look back, dude.
I know.
Yeah. Don't ever stop.
Don't ever stop.
Don't ever stop. Joyce, you're dumb for
Yep.
waiting there too.
And it's funny, this was a young girl, or she was like a stunt. She was like an AD, or she was something. She wasn't like, but she was like really small and petite. So they used her in place of the Demogorgon here.
Yeah, mauling him.
Yeah. So they kind of laugh. I guess basically Bob or Sean Astin was getting throttled by this cute young girl the entire day. Oh.
He's like, oh, it's time to go.
First person shooter mode, engage. Oh, too many. So we need the shotgun.
God.
It's
Bob
funny.
just got it brutal.
Yeah, and it's funny too because I guess the Duck Brothers were even saying too, like, yeah, they were going back and forth whether they kill him or not.
Well, he was supposed to die in episode 3, apparently.
Yeah, well,
I think it was 3. It was very early.
Yeah, but again, it was like Steve's character where they end
Yeah.
up liking the actor who played him so much that they kind of kept him around. But I think they also, at the same time, they realized we can't keep doing the same thing.
Well, and it's one of those things where I think it's better they waited because
Well,
you actually care about him at this point.
Well, yeah, and I think there needs to be some tragedy because ultimately, if at some point people you care about don't die, it loses some of the weight. Like, how bad can this be if our heroes constantly escape? You know, it's kind of
like how he doesn't even ask, "What are you guys doing here?" Just
Well,
get the fuck in this truck.
I think at this point he's just like, listen, just do it.
Jesus, it's rough. They all wanted a piece of Bob.
I know.
We want some of that nice guy meat.
Everyone likes Bob. That's the thing. It means they like you. But yeah, no, they were going back and forth. But I think if they didn't want to keep doing the same thing they did with Steve, where it's like, oh, let's not kill him. I think at some point, people you care about need to die.
And it sounds like for the story, he had to die. I'm sure for maybe stuff in season 3.
Yeah, and it also kind of plays more into the tragedy that is Joyce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like she wanted something. It's one thing if she does end up with Hopper. Yeah, she'll have a boyfriend or whatever. But he's in on it. He's a part of it. I think she was trying to get something outside of this kind of life they have now. Something that wasn't wrapped up in this. But it's almost like she can never have that. She can never have a normal life. Yeah. So when she tried to have a normal boyfriend, like, it didn't work. You know what I mean? So basically, it's only the initiated. But at the same time, it also kind of plays into like why maybe they were trying to say we shouldn't tell Max either. Because it seems like whenever you bring outsiders into this, bad things happen. So, I mean, spoilers, Max doesn't die. But when you saw what happened with Bob now, you kind of understand maybe some of the apprehension is like, okay, you know, for better or for worse, we're all roped into. We didn't ask to be. We found ourselves kind of caught up in this. But it's almost like if anybody else has a choice, it's like, no, don't bring them in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do think maybe they'll get together, probably. But again, they're in on it. They're a part of this world now. You know what I mean?
Well, in a way, it's like, you know, he's kind of broken anyways. She's slowly getting there between this and, you know, everything that's happened to Will.
Yeah.
So, it's like, oh.
And that's the thing. He's always going to get it more.
Yeah.
And she's always going to get it more. And you'll never have to have that conversation. And even let's say you put all this behind you and it's over, it's done.
You still experience
and
it together.
And you meet someone else. Do you tell them? And if so, how do you tell them? How do you prove it? Do not tell them. Then for the rest of your life, you're keeping something so important about yourself from them. You know what I mean? Whereas if you end up with, you know, like Hopper, you guys will just, you know, you're on the same page. Oh yeah, they would have kind of been the same age.
Mm-hmm.
Bob and their teacher. He does the hand gesture. That's the best part. Just like get it. God, I just love how Dustin has just become this sassy bitch.
I
I
know.
love it. I love
Me
it.
too.
He could have easily become really obnoxious, and it could have easily not worked at all. But the way, get an, crap. What's his name? Oh my god, I'm so ashamed. The actor who plays Dustin.
Oh, yeah, I forgot how to...
Wow, I'm such a
forgot
piece
what
of...
it is.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I am such a piece of shit. I'm looking at him now because I feel like ashamed of myself for not knowing that. But yeah, I think a lot of it is how he plays the character. Gaydon. Yep. There we go. But basically, he just described Cthulhu right there.
Flamer.
God, listen to Dustin go. God damn.
Poor
Parker's just
Jim.
like, I love how they're just using a manual extent. I love that. It's like the legit thing for them. Oh, I love that. It's just like fuck it, basically. But it's so funny because I thought they were going to do like the Thessal Hydra, because at the end of season 1 they were talking about that. I was like, oh, they're preluding. But it's funny they use fireballs to at the end of their D&D game to kill the Thessal Hydra, and I like how Hopper even said, "What do you do? Fireballs? Shoot fireballs at it." Yep. I love now that's what they're calling it. But again, by implying that it is that kind of thing now,
Yeah.
you are opening up Stranger Things to this much larger kind of universe of like cosmic horror. Because again, the Demogorgon was cool, but it was again just creature on the loose kind of story.
Yeah.
This is like next level. Again, this is Lovecraftian through and through. So I tell people, if you guys love Stranger Things, read Lovecraft. But it's that kind of story. And again, the Mind Flayers were basically Cthulhu without being Cthulhu, so they could actually have that kind of character, or those characters.
My new babysitting service.
I know, right? Kind of reminds me of that movie Adventures in Babysitting.
I love that movie.
They need to remake it with Steve's character.
Oh my god. Don't even tease me.
Well, that's kind of what they're doing, basically.
I'm gonna tweet him when we're done with this and be like, yo, what's his name? Joe Creary, I think.
Yeah.
Be like, yo, Joe, you need to do this.
But Steve, he used to play it as Steve. And it's just a babysitting. It's just him with a nail bat on his shoulder. Just.
I feel like I've seen somebody already make that like
that poster.
fan art, yeah.
Oh god, I would be astonished if no one had. It's just too perfect.
I know. Look at you. Look at you, Dustin.
I know.
Using, teen romance language. Lingo.
Ooh.
Don't you say her name.
Don't you say her name. You do realize that your party is no more exclusive than...
I know. Summer's not a thing.
Oh, it will be. Oh, I don't know. I think it was a little different.
She took it technically.
Yeah. It's funny because now this whole park is going to be a little, reminds me a little of The Exorcist, but I like how it's dealing again with, like I said, like the Lovecraftian take on like what would normally be supernatural, but you're turning it into like, like using science to kind of explain like possession.
Yeah.
Because essentially Will's possessed. There's, another, and there's another like consciousness within him that's controlling him.
I like how they even wrap the beams for some reason.
Yeah, well, they're trying to remove any sense of
know.
familiarity because, again, it can't know where it is.
They could have tied him up with something a little bit better than that. It would be painful.
Because I like that whole idea where if it can summon the demodogs at any point, but it needs to know where to send them. Mm-hmm. So if they don't know, it doesn't know where it is.
Time to make you drink this. I mean, smell this.
Oh, that's gotta be so nasty.
Mm-hmm.
I like that shot right there, the way the light was hitting his eyes.
Yeah.
God, that house has been ground zero for so much crap.
I know.
It's incredible. Nancy's gonna want to move. I like how this is kind of like the calm before the storm, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So yes, is what you're telling me.
Yeah. Okay, so, but I know, I just really like right here, like, everyone's kind of settled into their roles, and I like that. And again, for me, that's kind of an acceptance of the world they live in now. They no longer are seeing this as like something apart from their world. This is now their reality, and they accept. And I mean, they don't like it, but they no longer distinguish. I feel from one or the other. This whole sequence here, I like the way it's shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
The voice.
Again, I wonder how he must have strained himself.
Poor
Like
Nancy must be having flashbacks with those lights going off.
I know. But see, I wonder what's worse for her character: not being able to see her son where he was, or seeing him like this. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's worse? You know what I mean? I think they're both equally terrible, but yeah, Noah just kills it in this. Again, he really broke out. Like, I was so happy that he was good, as good as he is. I love because how the light works when it's on her. It backlights her nicely. It's almost like a halo of light.
Yeah.
And when it's on him, it's accentuating all the it's pushing down on all his features, so it's making him look kind of more frail and kind of weakened. So it makes her look very kind of strong and kind of, like this parental figure. And on him, he looks frail and small and scared. You know what I mean? No, I love the way this whole scene is lit. So no, I like how it's this little quiet moment, and it comes right on the heels of like this really intense, moment. And again, I like there's no music, there's no sound other than her talking. And I think a lot of times in movies or TV shows, they don't realize that silence can be a very effective tool. And I think because there's no music here, there's nothing kind of distracting your interest. The silence is almost like it's like a sound in and of itself, and it's kind of holding you in place on the moment. It's accentuating everything that's happening, because again, your entire focus is on only what you're seeing on screen right now. There's no little musical cue in the background. There's no little, oh, I like that beat. I like that. Because there's been a lot of times here where I'm listening to music in the background, like, oh, I love this part. Oh, I love this synth part. I mean, I'm paying attention to what's going on. But the music is still kind of pulling me away here and there, drawing my interest to it. Which I think when it's being played, that's the idea. But for a scene like this, I like how they're putting 100% of the focus on just the characters and what's being said. And by cutting out all music altogether, it basically forces you to lock on to just them. And it kind of makes the whole scene heavier. It has more gravity to it.
Yeah.
Because right now, these characters are the scene. Just without them, there's no scene here. That's my little artsy-fartsy actor kind of spiel.
Well, and as you noticed a second ago, it showed his hand doing something.
Yeah. Again, I think he's in there, but you see his face, like he's trying to get out. He's trying to break out, but he just can't. Like he's trying so hard just to get, because when he's talking, it's not him. Right here, see, that's really him trying to talk there.
Yeah.
But he can't even get a word out. Like it's like got his hands wrapped around his neck, and he just can't. And then you saw that change.
Mm-hmm.
Operator's like, all right, let's shoot him. But I love how he's doing the Morse code.
Yep.
But it's kind of interesting too, because you think about it, this thing would be trying to control him, so it'd be putting all its effort on stopping his ability to speak. So while it's putting all its effort and attention on that, it's kind of basically forgetting that he can communicate with body language too. You know what I mean? And I kind of wonders too, because it's like a psychic being, if the idea of communicating like with sign language or Morse code would be alien to it. Like, it wouldn't think of that.
Yeah. It's like he's distracting the shadow monster just enough so Will can do that.
Yeah.
Or not him, but they are, their stories.
But at the same time too, I'm wondering, would it get it? It's kind of like trying to have you communicate psychically. You can't. It's an alien concept to you. It's not the way you communicate. So I'm wondering if it is just a psychic being, the idea of using physical motion to communicate might not get it. Again, it would never think that. Like if you were like had someone tied up and had them gagged and bound so they couldn't talk, your first thought would be like, well, but what if they use psychic abilities to talk instead? That would never enter your mind, because you're like, well, no one does that. So I'm kind of wondering too, for the Mind Flayer, the idea again of using a physical motion to communicate might be just as alien to it. Like, it would never think about that because it just would never think about that because it's not how it communicates. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's why, but it's kind of an interesting idea. You fuck up that phone, Nancy.
Nope.
Nope. I love those shots. I love you seeing all the different ones. Mm-hmm. Kind of how they're all kind of converging. It's really cool. Yep, time to open them up again. Ew, that's it. Did you hear that wet sound?
Yeah.
Ew, that was a little too squishy sounding. I don't think, unless he's got a nice layer of jello right under his skin, I don't think it would have made that noise. Ugh. Unless he's got a jello pudding for muscle tissue.
Gross.
Gross. But it's also interesting too. I like how the Demodogs they're not as subtle as like the Demogorgon. And I'm wondering if maybe behaviorally they change. Because right now they seem to be more pack oriented.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if maybe when they go through the final transformation they become more like an ambush predator.
Yeah.
Because the Demodogs are smaller, but they look like they're more fleet footed, more agile. I'm kind of wondering if that's what it is. Like they can work together as a group, and then eventually they kind of branch off and go solo.
Like, he doesn't question it.
Well, at this point, I think he's just happy to have anyone else who can shoot a gun.
I guess Joyce is with Will.
Yeah.
Fucking wrist rocket.
Wrist rocket, baby. Never leave home without it. It's like this is like going to be like a turn-based battle.
Finn's got the candlestick, or Mike.
I think, again, this is like an old turn-based game. All the Demogorgons would slam through the wall, stand in a line and place. Your menu screen would form at the bottom. And you have to select attack, magic, items, skills. Uh-oh. Get that wrist right. He's ready to go.
Yikes.
Kudos to Hopper for keeping his nerve up and not firing off a shot.
I know.
Okay, that's still a digital one right there, right?
I'm not sure.
I know they have a model.
Yeah, it's digital.
Yeah, you can tell by the way it moved. I know they're going to have a model one later on. Oh, I wonder who that could be. Yep. Even though right there, that should be like... Unless you got some psychic Demodogs over there.
She traveled a far distance. She's
Yep.
had a busy past 2 days. 3
Yep.
days. He's like, girl, what have you
What
done?
happened to you? She looks
She's
so
like,
badass.
I had to look badass for my reunion.
I stopped at JCPenney.
Poor Mike.
And this is the first time he's seeing her.
Yeah.
I mean, she saw him obviously before, but... Aww.
Look at that smile.
Well, folks, there you have it. Next time will be chapter 9, the final episode. So we'll catch you then. Peace.
Peace.